community. And that would certainly be a wonderful thing to be able to do. Now let me just check quickly my notes, make sure I haven't really forgotten anything. Okay, I have a letter that I would like to read. Now, it's interesting, in the world that we live in today, information can travel incredible distances pretty quickly. Internet. This is a letter that we received from Surrey, BC, and it's from Esther Godfrey. And my understanding is that Esther Godfrey sort of got a bit of a heads up from Peggy Fulton, who certainly has deep roots in this community, and some people who are very understanding of what foundations are. So I would just like to read this letter. It's addressed to the Birtle District Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, my sister Muriel Barron of Seattle, Washington, my brother Bruce Townsend of Niagara-on-the-Lake, Ontario, and I, Esther Godfrey of the above address in Surrey, BC, wish to donate $1,000 in the memory of our parents, Ted and Lillian Townsend, so that their name can be placed on the Founders Club plaque. Excuse me. Our family lived in Birtle from 1936 to 1946, and we have fond memories of our childhood there. Our parents were very active in the community with the United Church, the Swimming Club, the Women's Institute, as well as the Cubs and Guides. We wish you well in achieving the goals of the foundation. Yours truly, Esther Godfrey. Now that was pretty special to get a letter like that and a check for $4,000 for our Founders Club, coming from a distance like that and from people that were a part of this community that many years ago and obviously still are a part of this community. So thank you so much for that, and I think that is sort of indicative of the power of foundations and what they can do for a community. 1936 to 1946. It seems like a long time ago, but obviously it's not that long ago. So I think that probably concludes the formal component of what we would like to do tonight. Certainly, if there's any questions or any discussion, we have some authorities here on foundations and sort of how we work and how we function. So I would encourage everyone to hang around for a little bit, ask some questions, have some dialogue, and for gosh sakes, have a bite to eat before you go home, because we have a little bit of food left. So have some drink, have some food, and visit and talk about the foundation. And from this point forward, I would certainly encourage everybody to ask more questions. We probably don't know all of the answers yet. The foundation and foundations as a whole, they can operate in many different ways. We have the ability to manage different types of funds and do different types of things for the community. So help us learn and get involved, and I'm sure that if we all work together down the road a few short years, or maybe even later this year, we can really have a positive impact on this community. So thank you for that, and hang around and visit for a little bit. I've actually been asked to just run through the list of who the board members are, and I must apologize, I should have done that before. I think I mentioned before, the board is appointed by the town and the RM. They are for a rotating term. We have right now we're 3 year, 2 years, and 1 year. So the intent is that you will serve for a 3-year term. You have the ability to go for another 3-year term, but the bylaws that we have say that 6 years is the max, and then you step down and someone new takes your place. So as of right now, we have Audrey Gadd, Fred Hahn, myself, Roger Wilson, Rodney Ashcroft, Ken Willander, Dwight Stewart, Ron Bell, Robert Bonchuk, and Eleanor Nostransky. That's the board. Now, I should ask, are there any other questions? Lucille.
Question. You talked about various and sundry ways of trying to raise money. Does the foundation have the capability of getting their name added on to the Birtle Donors' Choice?
Okay, the question is, does the foundation have the ability to get added to the Birtle Donors' Choice? I'll answer that this way. I know that in other communities, foundations are a part of the Donor's Choice organization. As of right now, we are not. I think certainly next year, I understand that to get your name on that list, we missed the opportunity this year. So I think next year, certainly that is something that we would look at.
I didn't know whether the rules might allow that or not, so that's good to know that they do.
Yes. I'm not completely comfortable knowing what the rules are, but I do know in other communities they are a part of their Donor's Choice organization. Okay. Alan.
I was just commenting that the Hamiota Foundation has been on Donor's Choice for 3 years now, so it certainly can be done. I'm not an expert at the legalities, but it is certainly a feasible alternative. And for us, it has become one of the best routes of routine fundraising. The dilemma we faced, or the slight difficulty we faced, was the relationship with the Health Center Foundation, and both of them are on Donor's Choice. And coincidentally, the last couple of years, the dollars donated for both the Health Center Foundation and the Community Foundation have essentially been equal. I think it's a really good way to get your name out in front of people. Now that I'm up here, just one other thing that has come out of that, I think that the Donor's Choice really helps raise the visibility of the foundation. And one of the things that has been a fallout from that is, for the first time this year, we've had the foundation noted as a charity of choice on some funeral cards. And we kind of hate to think about that, but certainly on funeral cards, as you're well aware, there are various charities mentioned. And as I say, for the first time this year, we've been receiving some funds from that route as well.
Discussion is always good. Are there any other questions or comments? Not right at this specific moment in time. Thank you again, and if there are, just come and ask us and we'll get Alan to answer them.